Happy Wooper Wednesday, everybody, and welcome back to Wooper Watch. It's me, Mr. Aidan, the guy. I'm back.
Are you a guy, or are you just you're just you're a concept created by a computer, created by an AI. You are what the computer calls a man, but are you really a
Or in
man?
other words, you can ask the theoretical question we've all been wondering since like 2012. Are you a man or a Muppet?
Or a Muppet?
Yeah, remember the song from the movie?
Oh, you know what? It's been a long time since I watched that movie. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
now it's coming back to you. It's coming back to
Hi guys,
you.
I'm Cyanize, co-host here. What's up? Um,
Why do you ask them what's up? There's no live chat for these.
what's up, chat? I've been streaming a lot of Fortnite for Tuesday. Speaking of streaming, actually, it's not even anything regards to streaming. I just want to mention that while I'm recording this, I'm currently buying all the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition PFPs with my platinum points. I just wanted to let everyone know that's what I'm doing right now.
We will get to Xenoblade later in the episode because
I love Xenoblade.
yeah, we all know.
I mean, well, you're gonna talk about Digimon, so it's fair.
Okay. We'll get to that in a bit. But how you been, man?
Busy, but like a healthy busy, where like everything is constantly moving. So much is going on right now, but like I feel good. It's so weird. Right now, this week has been so hectic though. My entire house is being remodeled. I haven't had a proper breakfast in 5 days, right? Our entire kitchen and living room, the floors are being redone completely. I am not allowed upstairs, like whatsoever. I'm allowed now, but I have to wear socks if I go up there. It's bad. It's been a fun process, but like, oh my God, I'm ready for it to be over, you know? Outside of that, yeah, I'm just keeping busy, editing for YouTuber buddy, Mr. Obby Lobby. Shout outs to you. About to play Xenoblade X after this episode. Really excited. I'm gonna shut up about that. Yeah, I guess not much. Mystic, I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute. I don't know if you want to get into what's going on, but yeah, I guess it's almost been a month since we talked, so it's been a while.
Yeah. Dude, I'll be blunt with y'all. I mean, I've kind of been playing coy about it, but most of my streamer friends already know. And I was going to talk about it next stream anyways, but TLDR, I have a girlfriend now. Things have been going absolutely swimmingly. The problem is that we play in so many days per week that it's kind of taken up, like, because this semester has been the stress semester. It has been so much work, so much shit. And then the second things finally started to cool down, the most nice, caring person I have ever met just kind of walked into my life. Like, we knew each other for a while before then. But then we kind of started to really get to know each other, and we've been spending most of our free time with each other now. So it's, the streaming has kind of been on the back burner, but trust me, I've been keeping busy. I've been getting stuff done. I made some cameos in other people's stuff, but,
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it. So, I've been busy, but life has been absolutely amazing. I can't wait to come back, but it's really looking like I'm not going to be able to get much done until I'm finally out of school for summer and all that.
Guys, Mystic has a partner. He's never coming back to content creation. He'll tell you he will, but he's gone forever.
I'll do it eventually once I have everything ready. And I've been meaning to do like a small stream on the side, but I've just been like redoing, homework that I missed or that's late or whatever. And girlfriend stuff, but so life's just been it's been hectic that I found it hard to win streaming stuff, and like I've been chipping away at those new layouts I've been teasing for a while, but I just haven't been able to get much done because just priorities shifted, man.
Yeah,
Things just happened.
dude, what is it? Because I do a weekly stream. I do Fortnite for Tuesday. Even then, that has become increasingly difficult. Like, and I try to hold myself accountable to that, but that has become hard. I've had to delay it twice before, and even then it's like the days that I can do it, like I only want to do it for an hour because I have so many other things I want to do. Like streaming, like I thought streaming was for me, but like right now it's not. It's so funny too because I'm doing great at weekly uploads. I've held myself accountable on getting a video out every single Friday. I've done so good for the past 2 months. I don't know how I'm so much like it's so much easier for me to do YouTube videos than it is streaming weekly, but yeah, I much prefer uploading one video a week every single, on that specific Friday.
Let me break it down for you, Cyan. You kind of got on like a little bit of a slump of the video stuff. Then you did streaming, which kind of, it's a nice little way to get yourself out there creatively, just get some stuff done. which then gives you the brain energy to be like, oh, I should do more content stuff. And then more content stuff gets done. How else do you think I managed to upload daily shorts for so long?
Yeah.
Because the streams gave me like the dopamine, which then translated into, oh, I should get a video out to promote the stream. That's kind of what happened. Eventually, like, honestly, I think it was a miracle I kept a streaming schedule for so long. But word of advice, maybe stream more than just Fortnite.
Well, I mean, even it's not even like the game itself, because honestly, there's hundreds of things I can do with Fortnite. It's simply the fact I just don't have time. It's not like, I promise you, I'm not burnt out. I have hundreds of things I want to do with Fortnite. I just do not have time to do it every Tuesday, and I'm like this close to like rescheduling it to a different day because Tuesday is just, it's so bad. It's like right after I get home from work. It's so bad, and everyone's like, "Why do you stream at 10 p.m.?" It's because, like, bro, that is the only time where, like, not only do I eat and shower, but I also have time for me, so I can relax for 2 seconds.
I mean, the whole joke with the name Fortnite for Tuesday was that it was any day but Friday. You can change it and not lose the bit.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not doing it Friday, though. Friday, I think I've secured Friday's Cyanize upload day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm specifically saying any day but Friday is the joke.
Oh, okay.
So you can just call it Fortnite for Thursday, and it's
Thursday.
the same bit.
I might throw it on a Wednesday. Wednesdays have been a lot easier.
Fortnite Wednesday.
Yeah, but it's just like, but it's all just a matter of accountability, making time for things, figuring out what is important to me, and I mean, you've gone through the drill. You know, I've been watching the show called this little indie show. Yeah, you might have not heard of, called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, I feel like Peter right now, for sure. Like, I feel like I'm doing everything, but I love it. It's great.
Classic Spider-Man dilemma of having to juggle everything.
But it's a fun rush. Life is constantly moving. It's a fun rush. I like it. I wouldn't change anything for the world.
Yeah, honestly, that's so real, man. Like, I'm loving my life right now. I feel like there's been a couple days where I feel like I've been going a little insane because I haven't been streaming for a while. And I especially feel bad because I've been missing all my friends' stuff. It's like they've been live so much. It's like, I feel like I should drop in and say hi. But I also have several things due tonight. My girlfriend's texting me. We have a date tomorrow. I have to finish this assignment. It's due tomorrow beforehand because Lord knows, let's just say
oh, dude, you got stuff due tomorrow too?
1 in the morning. Oh, no, it's spring break for me right now.
Oh, lucky. I didn't get a spring break.
Catch up for everything. Honestly, I don't even feel like I got a spring break. I'm not going home till this weekend, basically, to go down for one of my grandparents' birthdays, and I'm immediately coming back. I didn't get a spring break. I've just had too much shit to do.
Yay.
I knocked out like 6 assignments in one day, plus a business assignment. Over 5,000 words written in a span of like 12 hours. I don't know what coke I was on that day, but I'm thankful I got that done so I could actually have 2 break days after that.
Yeah.
It's been just chaotic, man. I figured the start of this year was going to be slow. I was like, oh yeah, then I guess winter break was pretty fast. I'll get back on my grind once I get settled in for the semester. It's going to be okay. And then Valentine's Day happened, and then things just kind of kept escalating. So it's been nice spending more time with like college friends and stuff, because it's people that don't like live in a hometown or whatever. So it's nice being around different groups of people that I get along with well. But darn, if you're any of my YouTube or Twitch people that are watching this and I haven't answered you in so long, or I just haven't showed up in your chat, I'm sorry. I'm busy getting. I was gonna say I'm busy getting laid. That's not true.
I am showing this to your girlfriend immediately when I find out her Instagram. No, it's...
Well, the thing is, you'll figure it out eventually because, I guess this is kind of giving away the ghost, but part of the reason I haven't talked about her directly is because I'm working with her behind the scenes to set up, like, VTuber branding stuff. Because she wanted to open commissions this summer. So I've been like, hey, let's work on building your online presence a little bit, because if there's one thing I can give to you, it's that. It's that I know how to work this social media shit. So I've been helping her with that and getting, watermarks organized and all that. Contracts. I've almost turned into her, I guess, secretary? Does that make any sense?
That is terrifying. You keeping track of things?
It's scary, I know. I didn't think it was possible. And which is kind of the funniest part how that works, because between the two of us, I am completely carefree. She is very organized. It's just
Oh, I think
funny how
I
that
think I'm gonna
works.
love your girlfriend when I meet her.
Honestly, you two would probably get along.
I love organized people. That is my favorite thing. That is, any ladies listening, I am very organized.
Oh
Every
my god, brother.
I'm
Any
shooting my
lady
shot.
listening?
No, okay, but
Let me go ahead and open up the YouTube studio analytics so we can see that male to female ratio real quick on the good old Wooper Watch podcast.
oh, I mean, on my channel specifically, I have a 25% on females. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, 25%. That's real pleasant,
That's
huh?
pretty good, for a male-dominated space.
Brother, be for real.
Okay, but actually,
I actually am curious what it is on Wooper Watch, actually. I never bothered checking this.
while you're looking that
Oh,
up,
age and gender, not enough demographic data to show this report.
yeah,
I guess you're all non-binary now.
fair
Merry
enough.
Christmas, everybody.
Actually, though, being for real, like I did realize this about myself. I don't know if it's something that like maybe I'm just saying this because I've never experienced it, but like I gave it some thought and like I don't even think I'm ready to have a relationship like that in my life. I can barely like I'm doing so like I'm working so hard to keep myself like accountable, keeping myself focused, making sure I get everything. I'm still trying to get a new job. I'm trying to get out of my current job and I'm trying to like get something that can get me more money. Um, I feel like I mean, I don't know. Maybe you have something else to say on the matter, but like me personally, I don't think I'm ready to look after another person and care for their needs because I feel like I don't fully meet mine and I don't fully take care of myself the way I should
You
be.
want to know what's crazy about you saying that? I went into this semester with the mental thought of, maybe I should get a girlfriend or whatever. Then I kind of almost immediately was like, no, I have so much shit to do this semester. And then things just happened, and it was like, I literally went from the mindset of, you know what? I don't need a girlfriend this semester. I'm going to lock in. I'm going to get my grades up. I'm going to get everything done. And then she happened. So what
Yeah.
I'm saying is if you hit the point where you're like, I need to focus on things, I need to get things organized, that's going to work. And then something's going to happen. You're going to be like, oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. I also, speaking of wait a second, I just refreshed my tab and I guess I just hit 7,500 subscribers right now. That's not a
Yay.
joke. It,
Congrats.
oh, actually, I just refreshed on mobile and it went from 7,501 down to 7,500. So I did just hit it! Yay!
Okay. I feel like I want to say congrats, but you already like hit all the major milestones, so it's like, well, what do I say now?
The actual major milestone is 10K, really.
Yeah.
The
And
plan is, I guess mentally, that I will come back when I'm actually ready for content stuff, which will hopefully this summer, depending on if I get a job. So, I assume that will influence things.
we'll see. Well, definitely like try your best to get a timeline and hold yourself accountable as much as possible. Or I don't know, maybe you juggle more than I do. Maybe I have no room to talk, but I don't know. I've been keeping myself a lot like very consistent. I've been really happy with except for Fortnite for Tuesday. The Fortnite for Tuesday, like genuinely like when I go to stream sometimes I'm like I can't do this. I don't want to do this, but I'll do it. But everything else I've been happy with how things have been done and how consistent I've been and yeah.
Yeah, it's, I used to be very consistent with the schedule. And then I kind of realized I was living every week on the stream schedule plus the class schedule, and it kind of started taking a toll on me. So that was kind of like I tried to the plan was to ease back on that during the semester and instead, schedule things for not specific games, but just hi, stream tonight. But that didn't happen.
Hmm.
I blame having, last semester was like 4 classes, and maybe only one of them was really like a high effort class. This semester was 3 high effort class, and one that was kind of a high effort class, but it was just very lenient with due dates. So, I kind of screwed myself on that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's, the whole thing with consistency is that, like, I guess I used to care more, but I just have my life priorities reorganized. So,
Yeah. Man, I don't have much else to say other than let's talk about something that isn't really, consistent anymore. It's not really I'm transitioning this in such a horrible way. Reading this is honestly making me laugh, and I want to read it out loud because I'm going to burst out into laughing. Pokemon Go and Pikmin Bloom got sold off by Niantic to Saudi Arabia. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, do you not know about this?
You know, I actually heard about it at work the other day, and I was like, what are you talking about? He's just like, I don't know, somebody sold Pokemon Go, and I'm like, okay, I guess.
Okay.
I thought they were joking.
So what actually happened was Niantic is actually like sort of two divisions. One of them focuses on I think it's general lifestyle product stuff, and the other one is their gaming division. The gaming division is what handles Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom as well, and all their other like AR stuff that they've made over the years. Like they just launched that Monster Hunter game that launched with the Mr. Beast promotion for some reason. Terribly timed as well. That was like right during everything going down with him too. So I just find all that interesting. But basically, I guess Niantic finally had their money, or I guess profits are finally dropping, because they sold it. I forgot what the name of the company was, but it was sold to a company in Saudi Arabia that I think the Saudi Arabian government has a massive stake in.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my understanding of what's happened. Quite frankly, no. Listen, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, Saudi Arabia. You know, it's because it's a terrible country run by terrible people. But I know a lot of people are doom posting saying, oh my god, we're about to lose Pokemon Go. It's so fucking over. Like, listen, I know it's been on a downward trend, but Saudi Arabia has been heavily investing in video game stuff for a while now. They own SNK in King of Fighters, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least they own the parent company that owns SNK, or however that is. But they have been at least semi-decently running the only game operation I know they actually run. I know they own stakes in a lot of other companies. Once again, I'm not saying, oh, it's run by great people or whatever. I'm just saying that I don't think this is straight up the end of Pokemon Go. Though I'll be blunt with you, I would not expect Pikmin Bloom to last much longer. I'm shocked that game is still alive. I don't know, man. I just never hear anybody talk about it, you know?
I'm pretty sure like only Pikmin why did I say Pikmin? Only Pikmin fans play it, and I don't think it really gained any new fans. Like Pokemon Go did, I would argue. I feel like Pokemon like reinvigorated the series a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, Pokemon Go supercharged that franchise to give it another 50 years of life.
Yeah.
Pikmin was a fun stopgap between 3 and 4.
But, you know, I don't mean to speak it for everybody, but I'm going to be real. I feel like the people who, like, cared about Pokemon Go have come and gone. Like, I'm not saying the game's dead, but, like, the people who are serious about it are enjoying the game, and the people who kind of came, you know, for the hype and then backed out, you know, to move on to other things, like, I don't know. I don't think this is a big deal for, like, you and me, if that makes sense. Or, like, our audience.
I will say, I guess to put it bluntly, Pokemon Go still has a very massive fan base, but I know they've been increasingly getting fed up with Niantic shit because I know the big complaint was every single event started having these $1 paid tickets. It used to be a thing that was only for like, oh, it's for Community Day, which basically gives you extra resources to burn through to catch more shinies. You know what? Sure. Why not? But apparently they've started doing it for like raid events, and then there's separate tickets for Megas and Gigantamaxes, and Shinies being locked behind them and all that. I know apparently people have been losing their shit over they keep putting shit behind microtransactions. So I guess it's, from what I heard, it's kind of an attempt to raise the revenue of the game to keep it steady while the player count is slowly dropping.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of the general consensus that I can get, is that players have been very dissatisfied with the Go specifically. So I'm interested in seeing how this changes. But at the same time, Pokemon Go is still the only way to get certain Pokemon ever since... Well, I assume once the 3DS Pokemon Bank split happens, which I think it already did? Or at least it's still going for a little while longer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Once that happens, Pokemon Go will be the only place to get stuff like Pansear until ZA comes out. So
I forgot the elemental monkey still have been on the Switch, dude. I remember the Pokemon Twitter account when we're gonna get to Legends EA, but they posted a single picture of Patrat or whatever. He's like, it's him, he's finally here, and they were hyping him up, and I'm like,
It
You know
was
what?
so funny. And you know what? I mean, there's actually some other Pokemon that haven't even been catchable on Switch. If I'm not mistaken, hilariously, Darmanitan. Obviously there's Galarian
Not
Darmanitan,
Galarian?
but the only way to get a regular Darumaka in Sword and Shield is by in-game trade. You can still get one. You just can't catch one. Which I think there's a couple, at least one or two other Pokemon that are still like that on Switch right now. I think Zigzagoon might be included in that. All right, well, Hoenn and Zigzagoon specifically, but it's kind of the minutia of it all.
Right.
But yeah, it's just very weird seeing Go kind of being put in this sort of limbo state. But I'm sorry to all the Pikmin Bloom players. You guys are probably cooked.
Yeah. Well, speaking of monster collectors, I know you are very obsessed with this game.
I have been. You guys know I've been getting into Digimon, but the series has kind of been in a drought for the last couple years. Like the last big wave of anything was sort of 2020 and 2021, where there was just 2 ongoing anime and so little side projects or whatever. But for the last like year or two, it kind of fell off the face of the planet. Like the only big thing was from earlier the end of last year actually, where they did a little Monster Hunter crossover VPET thing, and it's like, wow, that's neat, but we still haven't gotten anything for so fucking long. They just did what they call Digimon Con yesterday, which is less of a convention and basically just their Pokemon Presents equivalent that went on for 2.5 hours.
Dang.
At least that was the projected time. It actually went longer than that. But there was like live music performances. They showed off a new anime music video. The Godzilla VPET was shown off, and it's actually kind of badass. But you know, new footage for the previously announced new Digimon story game. But most interestingly is a mobile simulator for the TCG. Finally, I don't have to pay so I can finally play that fuck-ass card game. Because I've been wanting to play it for so long, but it's because it's 5 years into a Bandai card game. The in-person player base has either fallen off or switched to One Piece, but the cards still sell enough because it's a big enough property to keep it alive. So hopefully this takes the game off life support. So
Hopefully.
I'm very excited. I think it's called Digimon Elysian, which I'm kind of weirded out. It doesn't have like trading card game in the name, but hey man, whatever gets a new Digimon game on my phone, I can complain. Oh, and also the new anime series in like 4 years. It's been at least over 2 years since the last episode of Ghost Game. So yeah, I might actually tune into a weekly anime for once. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
It's not really for once, but you know.
Yeah, dude, what was the last anime I watched? I'm gonna be real. I've fallen off anime. I like this is a discussion for another day. Unless your anime has a dub, like I just cannot watch it. I need to multitask while I'm watching shows. I'm sorry. It's so bad. What was the last show I watched? It was the last show I watched was that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh god. The only like anime thing at all that I've been watching is I actually been JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's like my girlfriend's favorite thing ever. So I've been watching it. Jonathan Joestar, my glorious king. I'm in the middle of part 2 right now. We're about halfway through. So, but that's the only. We're trying to catch up because apparently they're announcing part 7 in like this weekend.
Oh my god.
So we gotta catch up and watch all 6 parts because obviously she's caught up. I'm not. So I need to get caught up all the way through the end of part 6.
She's gonna make you watch it too.
Literally like 200 episodes to get through. And like I said, we're only in the middle of part 2. Part 1 and part 2 are part of one big season. So you can see the problem, right?
Yeah, dude.
And Stardust Crusader is like the length of 2 seasons. So
you even closed the door. It must be that big of a deal.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a while. Also, what do you mean close the door?
I heard you close your door. You ain't slick.
Oh no, I accidentally bumped it. I hit the bottom of my desk, which is all rickety. It's the school provided one.
That is the
Like,
weirdest sound I've ever heard for somebody hitting their desk. Then what did you? Bro,
I know, right?
now you're like drumming on it. Like, what, stop.
It's because the front of the desk is literally like falling. You know, like some desks where you can pull out the bottom of it as like a keyboard slot on it.
No.
You know, little keyboard holding thing. But it's got like a wooden panel on front. But it keeps falling off, so sometimes I'll accidentally bump it and it knocks it out of the frickin' socket. I have to like wiggle it back in. It's stupid.
That is hilarious. Anyway,
But
moving
yeah,
on. I don't know why.
Digimon rant over.
Yeah, I don't know why you put this in the news. I'm gonna be real.
I
I
just
don't.
wanted an excuse to say that Through the Fire and the Flames is in Fortnite now, and I played it earlier today. It's pretty cool.
I was like, yeah, dude. I don't have much to say about Fortnite right now. Alan the Alien got added, and he's funny. I like Alan the Alien, so I'm happy to have him. That's it. That's all I got on Fortnite right now.
Yeah, I wanted to get the Allen skin, but then I checked my wallet, and I had just spent money the other day buying dinner. So I was like, no,
I soup.
nah,
I
I can
soup.
pass on Allen. I wanted to get Alan so bad because he is easily my favorite character in the show. I mean, Rexplode is up there, but now that I'm caught up, it's like
Wait, do we talk about Invincible?
Goated,
Wait, you saw season 3?
yes, I'm caught up
Oh
now.
my!
I've seen
Can we
season
talk
3.
about it real quick? Oh my god!
It's so good, dude.
It's so
fucking
good. Oh my god! Stand clear of my arrival, worm. Oh my god!
Oh, it's good shit. I'm glad I'm finally caught up now, but I'm honestly more happy that I waited till the end of season 3 to start watching, because going for the season 2 through season 3 was so nice. Because I would have been so pissed having to wait for these episodes to come out.
Did it actually feel that cohesive? Like, oh my god.
It really did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's. I mean, granted, it had been like however many years since season 1 came out, but it was nice just watching season 2 and season 3 just back to back.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Dude, like I just thought we peaked with the first 3 episodes that they dropped when season 3 premiered, and then like freaking Angstrom Levi, I can never pronounce his name, coming back, and then Conquest, and oh my god, it's all so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm very. Do you know about what's happening in season 4 yet that they've already confirmed?
I've heard something with Thrag.
So I just know that I guess Thrag is the name of whatever Viltrumite guy that's gonna be the main antagonist for the next part.
Yeah.
But there's also the devil stuff. It was the post credits.
Oh, but yeah, I did see that. It's the devil from season 1.
Yeah, here's the thing though. That's not from the comics.
Oh.
It's a completely new storyline that what's his name? Alan Moore, I think. Cut from the comics because he couldn't fit it into the story, but with how many changes the TV show has made, he's kind of just bringing it back. And I guess that's going to be half the plot of season 4. Because if I just want to throw my little hat in the ring on this, I think they know where they wanted the finale of season 4 to be, but with the length of how long it would have taken in episodes, it would have landed in the middle of the season. So they're basically doing a TV show specific filler arc, just to bide over some time until where they want the season to end on. You know what
honestly,
I mean?
they deserved it after because what is it? It was back to back Levi and then Conquest with the multiple marks as well. Like, god damn, the city needs to recover for a bit. Like, goodness gracious.
Yeah, and the only way the city's gonna recover is by quite literally sending Mark to hell.
Yay!
So if there's one thing I hope, please either A, include my favorite dead man, Rexplode, as a prominent character through the end of that little arc and have him stay in hell, or B, please overtly confirm that he has gone to heaven. After that finale, he deserves it, bro.
Seriously. Oh my goodness.
Dude, have you seen the Instagram memes about it or whatever?
About Rex or like that Mark
about
like
Rex specifically.
Oh, okay.
Where it plays like that angelic remix of that one rap song I'm currently forgetting the name of, but I know what it is.
Oh, I think I know.
We're just like random characters exploding, and it's like My Glorious King Rexplode. It's really funny for some reason. But yeah, so honestly, loved season 3. Very excited for the next one.
I love
I'll be honest, I don't think anything's beaten the end of season 1. I mean,
the Conquest stuff got really close though. It's not gonna beat it,
disagree.
But it got close.
I don't even think that got close, because I think it was just there was kind of the moment. Like, I generally think Invincible season 1 can almost be watched like a movie with how it ties up. Season 3 definitely felt like, I wouldn't say the ending left something to be desired, because it was like a very good finale, you know what I mean? But I don't think it beat out the first season's ending. It's kind of hard to do that. It's just very well written.
I'll have to give it some time to think about it. Maybe I have to rewatch season 1 because yeah, like I know the Omni-Man stuff is iconic, but like Conquest, I really don't want to undermine Conquest here. That was amazing. He was so well written.
Yeah, Conquest was cool, but I just think Omni-Man that finale was just kind of the build up to it. I think was better written and more interesting to watch. Because like Conquest was like, oh yeah, I saw this flash here. He's beating the shit out. Oh my god, he almost died. But it didn't feel as, I guess, holy shit, that was good. It was like, damn, motherfucker, kick his ass. You know, it's like a different kind of brutality, if that makes any sense.
I thought the appeal of it was the fact that he wasn't holding back, where it was with Omni-Man, like he was only holding back because Mark was like telling him to stop. Like he was holding back ever so slightly. Conquest is like what would happen if a Viltrumite didn't hold back and literally had no remorse.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was just kind of like Omni-Man felt like Mark's getting his ass kicked because he's not fighting back. That's the point. But with Conquest, it felt like he's getting his ass beat because he's fucking stupid. Like I'm gonna be like, I know the point of Conquest is that he's absolutely fucking insane, but at the same time, it's like. I kind of lost a lot of respect for Mark as a guy because he just sat out most of the Invincible War. Like, lock the fuck in, man. Your girlfriend would be pissed if she woke up and saw your ass did nothing for like a whole day.
I think that's the point of Conquest is that, like, I mean, after that hospital scene with Oliver, I think now he's, like, gonna lock in because he's realizing, I can't let Levi and Conquest just roll over me. I think I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm hoping he's gonna lock in now. Now he's, like, realizing he can't be holding back anymore.
I mean, I need him to keep that no-kill rule or else I think the series is gonna fall off a fucking cliff in terms of actual interesting writing. But it's like, I need him to hold back a little less. Because it's,
yeah, just a little less.
I don't know. Can we just... Like, I know it's a case, like, the whole point of Invincible is that, oh, Mark is invincible, not physically, but mentally. But can we, like, just let him win?
Something?
It's just been him constantly getting his ass beat until something happens.
Yeah.
For, like, ages now, it feels like. Just let him end the season on a win. Jeez Louise.
You know, I love how we transitioned Fortnite into Invincible. I very much appreciate that. That wasn't even on the news.
I'm not gonna lie, I put Fortnite on there because I wanted to talk about Alan and then talk to you about the show. I just wanted a reason to.
No, there's no way you knew this was gonna happen.
What? No, of course. That's the only thing that's happened with Fortnite. The last things except that one baseball player.
That one random baseball
I knew
player.
what I was doing.
Well, they did add a towel whip emote. You can now whip your homies in Fortnite.
You would enjoy that a lot, Cyan.
I'm dead.
We all know you very much enjoy the presence of other men whipping each other.
I would? Excuse me? I mean, it is pretty funny. You are going to be able to whip each other in Fortnite now. Come on, that is hilarious. I cannot wait.
Oh my god.
So anyway, Persona 4 Remake is confirmed. Not much to say about this right now, but on the Japanese website domain, forgot what it was specifically, the same one where Persona 3 Reload got confirmed. Persona 4 has recently been confirmed, and what was it? When 3 Reload got confirmed, 3 months later, they showed the first trailer off for the game. I don't want to say we're going to expect the same thing to happen, because I'm going to be real, I don't expect this game to drop until maybe late next year. But, you know, maybe they are following a similar pattern. Who knows?
Well, what happened specifically is that before Reload came out, exactly 3 months before, like to the day, P3RE.jp got, scooped by Atlas. And now P4RE.jp got. So, honestly, I really hope this means they're calling it Rewind. Because we've all been calling it for the last year, and if they call it anything else, it's
P4 Rewind?
Yeah, because it's
like television.
TV rewinding the VHS tape.
That's cute.
But yeah, it's I hope that this is good. And I know a lot of people have been saying it's like, what? How the fuck is it done this fast? I would just like to give you some perspective on the original Persona 4. The dev time for that after Fest finish was literally, I think, like a year and a half, because most of Persona 4 is actually just reused assets and textures from 3. There are not a lot of new enemies in Persona 4, like, at all. At best, it would probably take them longer to make the golden stuff than like half the dungeons in the game.
So all of it was like music, like characters, voice lines, like
Yeah, most of the new stuff in Persona 4 is, it's literally like the characters in VA and stuff. Like most of the like environmental assets, I know Inaba looks completely different from Port the Port Island or whatever. But it's like a case of like it's just carefully rearranging textures where it goes. Cuz and a lot of the models were reused as well. Like you look at the doors from both games on the PS3 version and it's like yeah, so they really did just take the texture and repaint it. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
It's just instead of metal it's wood. So I assume they will probably be taking their time on a lot of this. But I can honestly see P4 Rewind coming out before. I'm not going to see the end of this year, but I can see it being an early 2026 release. Does that make any sense?
Dude, I am begging that it's not this year. We're getting the Switch too. Like, I'm already busy right now, as we were talking about earlier in the episode. But like, holy shit, what is it? My arc. I went from depression to now I'm just like constantly like something's going on right now in my life. Like, I do not need Persona 4 remake dropping this year. I give it another year, please.
Dude, I still need to fucking finish Metaphor.
I haven't even started Metaphor.
I'm hovering like just under 30 hours in the game, and it's been like that for like 3 months. Because every time I log on, I get maybe like 2 hours of gameplay done, and then another 2 weeks passes. Mm-hmm. At this rate, I'll probably have to take one day to just sit down and play as much of it as I physically can.
Yeah.
Just because I want to finish that game. I've somehow dodged spoilers. I still don't know how it ends or anything. I just know that people really want to bang the main bad guy. I don't know why people keep posting about it, but that is the only... This game has finished. This is what's going up on my timeline from people who have finished the game. I don't know what he does in the last hour, but this is the same level of like fandomness I saw from Royal Akechi. I don't know what he does, but y'all need to calm your nuts.
Yeah. No, I'm saying both, dude. Xenoblade X, dude, I'm going to hope that nothing happens in between the Switch 2 being announced and me playing that game, because, oh my god. Yeah. TLDR, please do not drop another big RPG that I care about this year. Like, I'm good. I'm good. We're all good. We're okay. We don't need it.
Yeah, though speaking of Xenoblade X, I think you were the one who brought this up to me. We were playing Fortnite for like 30 minutes earlier.
I did bring it up. Because it is very interesting. No other game that is released so far on the Switch has this feature as far as we are aware. I haven't played Xenoblade X, so I'm not going to talk about it, rest assured. There is new content in the game, but again, don't know anything about it, so I will not talk about it. But, interestingly enough, it includes a hidden 60 frames per second mode. Apparently, there's like an internal switch in the game's code. Kind of similar to how BDSP has like an internal switch to decide which game that you're playing. It's kind of crazy how both games are on the card. I don't know how that works, but yeah. But Xenoblade X has a similar thing where we don't know how it's going to activate. I mean, we could probably put the dots together, but it has a hidden mode where it can go to up to 60 frames per second and be locked in that frame rate. We assume it's probably going to be for the Switch 2, though, and that they're just preparing.
Yeah, probably is going to need that extra processing chip or two.
Yeah, I was looking into the game. It's locked 30 frames per second, and the resolution's 1080. So
yeah, I know. Didn't it have performance issues on Wii U, if I'm not mistaken? I remember people that need a bunch of patches to fix them.
It needed a lot of patches. Xenoblade X now on the Switch, it runs flawlessly. But obviously, you can tell with this that they're just like, oh yeah, we can make it run even better. We're gonna wait for that Switch too. So we have an internal thing.
The Wii U and the Switch are basically the same power, with the biggest difference that the Switch doesn't have to also manage putting processing power to the gamepad. So that's probably why it just runs better in general on Switch, plus general changes and all that. Mm-hmm. But it's I guess they still need the Switch 2 to come out to really show the graphical power. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, anyway. And one teensy-weensy detail about this game specifically, and another piece of news I didn't put in the list because it wasn't like a big thing, but apparently Nintendo and the Seattle Mariners baseball team have announced a new partnership, where basically for this season and the postseason games of baseball or whatever, what's going to happen is that the Mariners are going to have Nintendo logos on their jerseys. But interestingly, one of the photos of the patches on the guy's shirt, one of them has a Nintendo Switch 2 logo specifically. So I know, obviously, the preseason or whatever doesn't start till I think about the day or two before the actual Switch 2 presentation. But I just want to say that I think this was the game Nintendo was just trying to get out. And after in like a week, I think, because, oh my god, yeah, the presentation is, for the Switch 2 is literally in, holy shit, yeah, it's actually about 2 weeks from now. Less than. Which is crazy, huh? But, yeah, so that's right around the corner. So I think, we're going to start seeing Switch 2 marketing hit overdrive, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, prepare your butts, because
Dude, it's coming up.
They will probably use this game specifically. I think that's part of what I think their plan is with Xenoblade X in the 60 FPS mode. I think that this is going to be one of the main games they use in their marketing for play all your Switch 1 games in better graphics.
I mean, it's a good-looking game to do that with. Like, from what I've seen, like I think it's going to look amazing for the previews, I would imagine. Or, like, for the marketing, I guess.
So convenient to drop your last Switch 1 game you expect anybody to pick up just before your Switch 2 presentation. So you have a game directly built to show off the one-by-one comparison between Switch 1 and Switch 2. Wow, what crazy timing on that, huh?
Dude, and little unrelated, like, I know I'm gassing this game up, but, like, I was checking the eShop. This thing is #1 on the eShop. Everyone's, like, losing their minds. I saw oh, yeah, you're gonna lose your shit. I think yeah, I have it right here, actually. The director for Legend ZA bought the game and is tweeting about it. Everyone is so excited about Xenoblade X Definitive Edition. It's so nice.
If I'm not mistaken, this was widely considered the best Wii U game that nobody fucking bought because the marketing was so bad for it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm very happy it's getting its second hurrah on Switch, you know what I mean?
If any game needed it was this one, and we finally got it. Almost a decade after the Switch dropped.
I mean, it kind of built up this reputation as that game on the Wii U that might still be too powerful for the Switch. So,
I mean,
it's just nice. You know what I mean?
And that's what the 60 FPS thing is for, because they know that they want this thing to run well. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We're already at the 40-minute mark. I don't want to tell you to hurry up, but we do have a lot to go through still before we get to Legends EA, so...
Alright, I'm going to keep this as a bullet point real quick. Monster Wilds came out, and it has been taking the world by storm. So, Monster Hunter Wilds, new Monster Hunter game, it's open world. The PC version is woefully unoptimized, so if you're reading this and you haven't bought this yet, make sure to buy it on PlayStation instead. This is your PSA. I haven't bought it yet, because there's no way in hell I'm buying any Capcom games for $70 when I know they're about to get a, definitive edition with DLC, or, like, bunch of patches and huge price cuts within, like, a year. So I'm waiting on this one to give it time. But I like the open beta that I played.
Mm-hmm.
So... I know you have, like, no thoughts. We'll just skip to the next one.
Oh, you're good. All my moods are playing this game, and it's insane.
It looks fun. I don't know. I'm just not paying $70 for it.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed Shadows. Have you been keeping track of the controversy with this one at all?
I have not, but the last Ubisoft game I played was Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. So I have no idea what's going on with this game or if it's good or not.
So this game is kind of in a spot where everybody hates it for different reasons and thinks everybody else who hates it is bad for hating it for a different reason. So the whole thing is like a lot of the don't touch my Japanese animes kind of guys are like, you're playing as a black samurai that we have no idea if he actually existed or not, because he's like, I guess it's like a folklore hero or something. But people can't. But they've never been a common consensus as ever to agree if the black samurai guy was real or not. I don't know his name. I've only been paying half attention to this. Like, oh, but they're killing Japanese people. That's fucked up. And apparently, some Japanese parliament member came out against the game as well. So there's a lot of that crowd that have been shitting on the game for that. In general, it got good to decent reviews. I think the Metacritic score was 82 or something for one of the versions. I saw a roundup tweet this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems to be the consensus that this game is pretty good, slightly better than your average Assassin's Creed, despite a lot of technical issues. And, but here's the thing. Ubisoft is kind of in a really bad position right now because the entire company is literally about to go belly up. The reason this game has gotten delayed by like a year and a half until it just came out is because they're trying to make it as good as possible, because Ubisoft has had such a terrible string of failures the last couple games they put out. Like, I think the last game they put out that actually sold well was Mario plus Rabbids 2, and even that sold under expectations. So, the entire fate of the company is basically riding on this game unless they have to sell or something, like, the entire company. So, and they haven't posted sales data yet. But considering a lot of people hate this game because some people just hate Ubisoft, some people hate historical inaccuracy, which doesn't make sense. This is Assassin's Creed. It's not supposed to be historically accurate at all. Y'all should be knowing this.
Mm.
But, like, I don't know. Just a very interesting predicament with it. That's it.
That's it. I don't really play Assassin's Creed like that much at all.
Yeah, I've never touched any of the games. I just find this to be absolutely fucking fascinating. Because if Ubisoft goes down, I just want to say Ubisoft owns a fucking ton of studios across the world. And Ubisoft going under means extreme mass layoffs. Which is going to put so many game developers back into the job market looking for new jobs where most people already can't find a job. Which means I'm fucked if I get out of college in 2 years with a degree.
Yeah.
So... you know, isn't that fun and jolly? I need to start streaming again.
I was going to say, dog, the only Ubisoft news I got is I bought the entire Watch Dogs trilogy on the Steam sale, spring sale or whatever. I played Watch Dogs 2, but I never played Watch Dogs 1 or Watch Dogs Legion, so I'm going to play that pretty soon. Probably won't have time, though, because Xenoblade Chronicles X just dropped. I hate everything. Yeah.
$10 in Ubisoft's pocket.
Dude, it was awesome. It was such a huge discount on all the games. I got all 3 of them for $10. It was awesome.
Clearance sale.
It was awesome. It was amazing.
Okay, I'm just going to knock this one out really quick. They dropped just before we started recording this, they put 4 strategy games on NSO, including Nobunaga's Ambition, which is cool because that's what Pokemon Conquest was a crossover with. Just wanted to mention that because I will never get a chance to again. The next one, Lilo and Stitch live action remake, and just as I wrote on the notes, looks like shit, and I want to make fun of it.
I mean, I think it's okay. It's all right. What? Well, okay. I've only ever seen Stitch. Did they like actually drop a trailer?
They dropped the trailer.
Oh, I never watched it. Is it good?
You know the 2 little alien fucks? You know, the fat one and the skinny one? You know what I'm talking about?
Show me an image. What did they do to them?
No, they're actual, the live action 3D design, it's fine. It's a pretty faithful conversion.
Oh. The
problem, though, is that the whole thing with them disguising themselves as, like, a married couple throughout the movie, which, haha, it's funny because they're gay. And, it's 2 dudes or whatever. They just changed it, so they just turn into human disguises that look vaguely like them. And it's like, that's kind of lame. Like, the whole joke of the original movie is that the disguises are not good. That's the joke.
Right.
And they kind of fucked it up. And every joke in the trailer is stuff from the original movie that they fucked up. Like, the guy who drops his ice cream cone with a really bad sunburn or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the most iconic moments from the movie.
No, they didn't cut it.
No, it's in there, but it's instead of, ice cream, it's a Hawaiian guy with the snow cone and a tank top on. The whole point that he's a foreigner who doesn't know what's happening and doesn't know how to apply sunscreen. That's the joke. But no, it's just a regular Hawaiian guy, which I mean, like, cool, I guess, but that kind of misses the point of the joke. The joke isn't that he dropped the ice cream, which is now a snow cone.
Mm-hmm.
The joke is that he's fucking stupid. Like, come on. I don't know, man. I just want to shit on it because it looks stupid as hell.
Yeah. Oh, well, another live action thing. Can't wait for live action Moana, even though we really don't need it. But, oh, well.
And that movie will probably make billions at the box office. Poor Looney Tunes.
If Moana 2 is anything to go off of, considering that movie wasn't the greatest thing ever.
crazy how that movie was considered like just passable, and it did so good.
Dude, it
I
sucks.
fucking hate Disney adults. Oh my god.
Seriously. Like I was like asking my parents, I'm like they weren't even interested in Moana 2 either. So I'm like genuinely curious like why people like I want to survey the people who went to watch Moana 2 like why.
You want to know why people went to watch it?
Well,
Because they watched the movie with the first movie with their kids, which is actually pretty good. And their kids liked it, so they're like, oh, the two. We can waste an afternoon on this.
to waste an afternoon on this. Like
Yep, that's it. It's just,
Alright.
it's a product consumed by people. Speaking of products consumed by people.
Wow.
Uh,
I don't know. Like here, yeah, get all the fluff out of the way first, so we can talk about champions and ZA. But yeah,
yeah,
Pokemon
so
stuff. A lot of Pokemon. We didn't get to talk about it last time because it's been a minute, so very late to this. But yeah,
yeah, so just to keep it brief, there's updates for the mobile games, and this is the first time they've ever put the regular TCG in one of these, so it caught me completely blindsided.
oh, you
But
probably
they
really liked it, yeah.
Yeah, they finally fully like we knew from trademarks that Mega Pokemon were coming to the TCG, but they directly showed us Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoir, which are coming later this month. And by Japanese trademarks, we've had it confirmed that they're changing the name of the block from Scarlet and Violet to Pokemon Mega, which is pretty damn cool. So I guess they're doing this is the first time we've had a block name change midway through a generation since Heart Gold Soul Silver,
Wow.
which is kind of crazy. But it's also weird that they're doing it midway through the year. We've had 2 sets of Scarlet and Violet with trainers Pokemon, and then they're just pivoting to doing Megas just midway through the year, which I mean, I guess and next year's going to also be Mega Pokemon for the full ZA stuff, but I don't know. Interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
Weird that it was in the Pokemon Presents as well. Oh, and just to go along with that, the anime has confirmed that they are doing a time skip for the new characters, and it's jumping forward. I guess not sure if it's like a year or just a couple months, but apparently there's a bunch of status quo changes, and the main character dude, who's I guess honestly probably closer to Ash than Liko is, now has a shiny Mega Lucario. I don't know why they picked shiny Mega Lucario. I get Lucario is awesome, and Ash just had a Mega Lucario, but they picked the piss one. So, sure, whatever, man. I whatever you choose. But yeah. So now into interesting things. Pokemon Champions. What do you think?
Dude, I like. I was hyping it up at first, but like the more I think about it, and the more I know Game Freak, I am so scared that they could fuck this up. But if it's what they're if it's what they're advertising it as it is, it could replace Pokemon Showdown. Like it could be so amazing. It could make Pokemon competitive battling so fun and intuitive. And not only that, and I got this idea from Wolf Glick or whatever. He made a video about it. But it could also mean that the mainline Pokemon games can become better as a result. It could basically allow for the mainline Pokemon games to do their own thing and be like video games, big like ambitious I almost said JRPGs, big ambitious like action RPGs. While Pokemon Champions could be where all the like the turn-based Pokemon like traditional combat could like a place for all the combat to be over there. I don't know why I'm struggling to speak. I am so sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of where my general thoughts are, because I've been in sort of a small camp of people who my biggest complaint with the mainline Pokemon games has been that they're trying to do way too much with so little. Because it's not a matter of, like scale creep. It's a matter of they're trying to make these innovative single-player games. Like, making Scarlet and Violet open world was fucking awesome. The problem is that the biggest issue with, like, the DLC especially was because with the main game, they got to make a unique competitive format based on that region's Pokedex. And then they had to do the thing where they put all the legendaries in to make it so you can get all the chess pieces for the proper competitive, national dex format. No limits on that. So they had to put in a bunch of legendaries. They crammed all the starters in there. So it's simply a matter of the second you can dislodge competitive Pokemon from mainline, I think Legends, now that we've made this sort of distinction, I'm fully in the camp that I think the next Pokemon Legends game will... Because Pokemon Legends Arceus was about playing with the turn order. Legends Arceus is taking away the turn order and making it more open. I think the next Legends game is going to be even more action-heavy like that.
Mm-hmm.
So... I think it's going to allow Mainline to be just focused on being the best turn-based RPGs they can be. Because the fact that they showed Megas and Terra in that single trailer, I fully believe that I think we're going to get Z-moves at some point to bring that back, and I feel like G-Max might just be in Champions as is.
I just think it's also going to act as like, because what is it like? I don't know if people still care about Dexit or not. I kind of gotten over it, but I think this could also act as a way of just having everything available at your fingertips. Now, obviously, there's going to be like, and this is like the part where I hope they follow through. I hope that there's going to be certain modes you can pick. Like you can have a free for all. You can play the current season's format where it's like, let's say like Gen 10 comes out. Say you could just play a format with only Gen 10 Pokemon in that current metagame. Like I want there to be modes to choose from and stuff like that, because that will make the game awesome. Let it just be let it be an amalgamation of pretty much everything Pokemon's ever been, and it will be so awesome.
Yeah, because I think I am in the camp where I think Dexit was the best choice that Pokemon ever made, because it allowed them to make games in more concise environments, because the second you don't have to worry about putting in 1,000 Pokemon, and most of them only being accessible by hardcore players, you can focus on making that selection of about 400 or so an actually good selection of 400 that represents the region. Like, Galar did a pretty good job at this, for example. Scarlet and Violet, they kind of had to throw in a lot of fan favorites and stuff, so they kind of shifted the balance backward. But my point being, they don't have to worry about making sure every single fan favorite Pokemon gets in, so that way they can just make it, because they're all in Champions now. You still have to obtain everything for use in Champions. I assume Champions will be directly connected to home, and will probably pull from your home decks.
That's why I'm also a little scared. Like, I kind of want to generate Mons. Like, I get why they maybe won't let you do that, but I'm hoping it's like Showdown where you can create Pokemon to fight with. But, like, you also have the option to take from home if you want to. But that's
I'll be real with you. They're definitely not. But I do think what they're going to do is... Because Scarlet and Violet is at a point in its lifetime where... have you ever used the rental teams feature before?
I've not, no.
So it literally lets you plug in a code and you could steal somebody else's team word for word, bar for bar. Like, down to the exact EVs, movesets, and everything that's already built. You can't shuffle around pre-made Pokemon on a team like that.
Aww.
But if Pokemon Champions exist for long enough, you'll reasonably see pre-made teams for everything. So any archetype you could feasibly want, if you want to edit it yourself, you'll still have to catch it and train it in-game. They're not just going to let you gen stuff for free. But with rental teams, that's going to effectively eliminate the need for it, if that makes any sense.
But, like, why would they not let you like, as long as, like, maybe there'd be, like, a hard code where it's like, oh, you can't put this in the mainline games if you gen it in Champions, I
mean, I can see that happening, but it's very much a case of they will still need to use this to sell the mainline games, but by making it so Game Freak themselves doesn't have to necessarily worry about anything other than balancing. Because, if I'm not mistaken... Pokemon Champions is being made by Pokemon Works, which is the joint venture between Ilka and the Pokemon Company. So they've also been handed the reins to Pokemon Sleep recently. Mm-hmm. So as far as I can tell, this is probably what that company was actually formed for, and they put Pokemon Sleep, just took that on as well, just to get it out of their hands. So, but they will probably be in charge of maintaining this game specifically. And I assume it'll just be ready to go at launch, because you just dislodge this from the main game, makes Game Freak's development load easier, we can get better games from this. That's what I think the play is.
Yeah. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of things that, like, could go wrong for this game. Like, what is it? So I was reading their blog post about it. They said you not only have to buy this game, you also have to get a Nintendo Switch Online. You have to purchase a Pokemon Pass or whatever for Pokemon Home if you want more storage space, which you will definitely need if you play Pokemon and you do battles. Like, I'm sorry, you would only be able to make 6 teams.
Where did they confirm that it was a paid-for product?
Their website.
Which website?
The Pokemon website.
Pokemon Champions website.
I don't think I've ever... Like, either that or it was from Central. I forgot. But, like...
Yeah, if it's from Central, I fucking hate those guys. Yeah, there's no listings about it on, Yeah, you'll be able to bring in classic Pokemon for Pokemon Home, too.
It's going to be a digital-only title, though, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you're not going to have to... This is definitely going to be free to play, but you're going to need Pokemon Home to transfer your bonds in.
I hope so. That's why I was, like, very concerned, because if you do have to buy this game, that's where I'm like, okay, why can't I gen Mons then at that point?
Yeah, no, you're because the thing is, I don't know where you got that from, but we know this game is on mobile. They're not making you pay $60 for the mobile version.
Oh my god, if it was $60, oh my god.
Every single Pokemon game, except maybe like one of them, has been completely free to play. Well, free with microtransactions, but you know what I mean.
We'll see. That's all. Yeah, that's just the whole reason why I'm not like stepping my foot on the gas with this game yet. Like, I need to. If it is what they're making it out to seem like, then I am all on board. But I'm hoping.
The way Pokemon Battle Revolution worked way back in the day, they gave you 2 rental teams, and you can unlock more Pokemon for like rental stuff through that game's sort of semi-single player campaign, which is really just a set of battle arenas. But it didn't let you but you had to connect Diamond and Pearl to get the full usage. That's going to be what this is going to be like. There's probably going to be a couple pre-made teams. You might be able to use other people's rental teams from codes and stuff, just to play competitive Pokemon on the go. But the majority of it, I do think, is going to be you want to build your own team, you got to buy Home, or you just have to rapidly shuffle them through your free Home box. Because remember, everybody does get a free box in Pokemon Home. So this game is technically free to play as long as you have a console game to build the team in.
You get 6 teams out of that, though.
And also, I'd like to clarify, I don't know where you got a Nintendo Switch Online subscription from.
You do. No, you do need that.
You don't need it for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, you don't need it for Go.
Home.
But
you don't need it for Pokemon Home.
You're gonna need it to play anything online, though.
Every free-to-play game you don't need NSO for. You can play Fortnite for free on Switch without an NSO subscription.
Yeah, but Fortnite's third party.
Any free-to-play game is part of the Nintendo eShop terms of service that they have to be free to play without getting Nintendo Switch Online.
I'm fact-checking this. No way.
If I'm not I don't think it's like in the service, but that's how every single online store works. That's how PlayStation does it. That's how Nintendo does it. Xbox only changed it recently, like 2 years ago. I don't know why they waited that long. Very weird decision on their part.
Okay, AI Overview says yes, you can play Pokemon Unite without Nintendo Switch membership. Thanks, AI Overview.
Especially any mobile games, they're not going to make you also pay a subscription for, because then everybody's going to play it on mobile instead of Switch.
Okay, in my defense, I've always owned a Nintendo Switch Online, so I never knew what it was like without it.
I have gone periods where I was too lazy to pay for it. So, I'm currently in that period where I'm waiting to renew it.
That is hilarious.
So, if anybody has $50 lying around, I need to renew my expansion pass. I just don't want to pay for it yet.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Switch 2 to come out to see if they do a new tier, or if they announce it first. I'm waiting my time before I purchase.
But you know what I feel way more positively about? And like, you know, there's some of my moods who I know are just like, nah, I don't know about this game. I hate that it looks like Scarlet and Violet. I'm gonna be real. This is like the one game where I have no complaints. Like I think Legends ZA might be it might be on track to being one of the best Pokemon games on Switch. Assuming they make the wild areas, they somehow can get a lot of mileage out of Lumio City. I mean, we can get into it in a second. We might have to like build up to that point, but yeah, I think Legends EA, in my opinion, looks very promising from what we were shown off.
Yeah, I'm just I'm in the camp where I think the game looks incredible. But my big stipulation is I need them to show me at least one new Mega Evolution, and then I'm sold on it. Because I'm like, you just gotta do that, and then, okay, I get it now. I see what you're cooking. Because I feel like with what they've shown us, it's like, okay, cool. This is kind of exactly what I expected. The combat being way different from Arceus caught me completely off guard. That's very exciting.
I'm shocked they're innovating so soon. Like, goodness gracious.
Protect being a counter move instead of priority, that's fucking cool. I love it. Like, Stealth Rock is like an actual hazard on the field. My only big issue I have with it seems to be that because you're still controlling the trainer in battle, but you can't seem to control your Pokemon's positioning, which I feel like, I guess, maybe it's the game designer screaming inside of me, but that feels like one fuck up with that is going to kill the experience for so many people. If it says, move to this spot, and you can't tell your Pokemon to get the fuck out of the way, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Walk around the Stealth Rock! Walk around!
Walk around! Yeah. Oh, it's so great. It's,
The actual game? Great. Combat system? We'll wait and see.
I know everyone's gonna be mad that I bring up Xenoblade again, but dude, it's, oh my god, they're taking the things I like about Xenoblade and putting it into the game. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I think it's looking so good because they're taking inspiration from its combat system, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I know you were a little concerned about the mileage of the city. My brother in Christ, we've both played the Yokai Watch games. We are well aware of how much a creature collector can get out of a single city.
I know. But like, okay, it's because I'm thinking to the scale of the 3DS version, like, and did they confirm how far into the future Legends EA takes place? I thought it was like just 7 years. I don't know how far we're going though.
Kind of have a general gauge that it is going to be around that 10-year mark. Because it's been long enough for AZ to completely reform his life.
Yeah.
And somehow build a hotel and have it be overgrown. So, it's gotta be at least like 10 years. And if you believe the theory that the player character looks a suspiciously large amount like Professor Sycamore for a reason, we might have evidence that it might be closer to 15. So, you know, depending on who you believe.
Right. Regardless, like, I am just a tad bit worried because unless they, like, and I believe Game Freak is going to do this because, like, yeah, I think, come on, like, if you're going to put the whole game in the entire city, like, I would imagine you want to get as much mileage out of it as possible. I totally believe they're going to be able to reinvent the city in a way where they're going to be able to have enough differences going on. There's going to be enough, like, you know, themes and different environments, you know. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think they're going to manage it. But from what we've seen, it is kind of hard to imagine. I'm going to be real. But that is like my only gripe with the game, in my opinion. Outside of the starter selection, which, yeah, oh my god. Do you not like, I don't know, what's your opinion on the starter selection? I'm curious before I say anything.
I think it is weird.
It is so weird.
I'm not sure what exactly they were cooking here. I feel like it feels like Poplio should have been there. I'm gonna be so fucking for real. Why is Poplio not here? I know they, I guess they wanted to do the Johto starters now, I guess. Because they want to do anything but give anybody probable cause to give either. Because I don't think, I'll just be blunt with you, I don't think we're ever getting Litten or Superior retrains, because Superior is a fucking monster and competitive with Contrary. Incineroar also
a VGC god.
Needed no changes. So I think it actually makes perfect sense that they did this selection of Pokemon. But I feel like Poplio should have been here. Like, I guess 2 Johto starters and the Kanto starters. I mean, not Kanto. Tepig. I will say, though, I'm going to throw out a wild call right here. I'm honestly shocked they didn't put it in the opening trailer. But you notice how there's no Kalos starters anywhere to be found in that first trailer?
Well, I imagine it's going to be like, Legends Arceus, where you're going to still be able to find the Sinnoh starters. Just, they're going to be running around.
I doubt that.
Or the Kalos starters, I mean.
Yeah, I know, the Kalos starters. Because in the promotional art that they already showed off for this year's VGC, well, the upcoming VGC World Championships, they have Froakie, Fennekin, and Chespin in the art. So, my personal theory is that I think in the original XY, they gave you the Kalos starters, and then after the first gym, they gave you a free Kanto starter. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to give you the new set of starters, and after like the first 4 hours in the game, you'll get a free Kalos starter. That's cool. I'm making a hard call on that one. I fully believe that. And that Totodile is getting fucking boxed, bro. Move, it's Chespin time.
Dude, it's like, it's so crazy because it's like it's like I like there's so many things to say about the starter selection they pick for Legends EA. Like, And now that you mentioned, yeah, they really just pick the starters that they can easily upgrade and make better, rather
The
than
ones that
picking.
actually needed an upgrade.
Yeah, which on one hand I get that. On the other hand, though, this is just a Johto remake. This is just if Johto and Kalos had a baby at this point. That's all I'm seeing from this. Like, it's not.
It's so funny that Johto's been probably the most fucked Pokemon region. It's been the longest without going to Johto. Like, Johto never gets any love in anything. And then, we're overdue for a Johto remake. I actually think a Johto Legends game would have made sense. Everybody was saying it's either Johto or Unova, and we got fucking Kalos instead. We got the legendary Beast getting retrains in Scarlet and Violet, and now 2 of the starters are getting an upgrade. Well, the other one already has one. But, I don't know. It's even the weirdest part about the starter trio is that usually I have a tough time with starter trios. Like, for Legends, I was torn between all 3 of them because I didn't know which one I was gonna choose because I want to use all 3. Mm-hmm. This time I just picked Totodile because it was like, well, I guess it's the one I want to use.
Yeah, dude, I'm just going Tepe because I like Gen 5 and that's it. I'm sorry. Maybe some people are going to be mad at me. I just don't like Gen 2 that much. I'm going to be real. And that's just because the way it was made when it came out, it was just a sequel to Kanto. And it just sucks because I wish Johto had more to stand on. I'm just not a huge Johto guy.
Johto has a lot to stand on, I'd wager. But because it's so interconnected with Kanto, I think they're genuinely terrified of making a Johto remake that doesn't include Kanto. I think they're actually fucking terrified.
I didn't even think of that.
I'll be completely honest. I do think they are saving Johto for Gen 10. Because I feel like Gen 5 or Gen 2 makes perfect sense for Gen 10. Because with Generation 10, that's coming on an anniversary year. That's why we got a year break in between this and ZA. It was to give both games longer to cook in the oven and line up Gen 10 with an anniversary year. Which is, they know what they're doing. And quite frankly, Gen 5 makes sense because that was a soft reboot of the franchise. So it honestly makes sense to put that on the anniversary year. Or if you do Johto, you could have your cake and eat it too and do Johto and a bunch of Kanto elements and say, oh, it's basically a Kanto remake for the anniversary, but actually interesting. So I can see what they're getting at here. But it's come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, I kind of veered a little off topic there, but you get what I'm getting at.
Dude, I wish they showed something new for Legends EA. Just one new Mega. I was making my commentary video in regards to Legends EA, and I guess I'll briefly mention this as well. I love the protagonist designs. They are amazing. The protagonist rivals, I love the character designs. They're so good. It has been so long, in my opinion, maybe since, I guess the Legends Arceus protagonist, maybe, or the Sun and Moon protagonist, since we've had protagonists that had, actual drip. I am genuinely excited to play as these characters. I love them so much. But I bring that up because, yeah, I didn't really have anything to put in my goddamn thumbnail because they didn't show anything new for Legends EA. No new Pokemon, no new characters, really.
They showed new characters, but they weren't, I guess, interesting on first glance.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I do think, I know in Legends Arceus, they didn't really show us anything in the first trailer. They didn't show any new Pokemon for it, but it's they should have shown one new Pokemon.
Just one new thing.
I guess it would. I know the focus of that first trailer was to be the city. But they really should have showed one new Pokemon. Just to have the tagline, new Mega Evolutions, because that would have set shit on fire.
Just so, something to give us the idea. I know everyone's oh, I don't want to be spoiled on, the new Megas and stuff. Just one Mega to give us an idea on what to expect. And just to speculate in general. Just to, because I feel one Mega could set the tone for, who's getting some special treatment in this region, I guess.
Before the game comes out, all I want them to show is the Kalos Megas, just so I have a reference so I can commission art stuff.
Just show me the Mega Chestnut.
Show me the Mega Chestnut, and I'm going to be commissioning multiple of my friends for full body artwork and full prints and thumbnails ahead of time. I'm taking that motherfucker to the Champion League. But
dude, I might actually do some shit.
Show,
if I get my Mega Greninja, I might actually do shit as well. But yeah,
hell yeah, brother.
Do you think they will get Megas though? I'm not saying I'm not saying like, oh, they're not gonna do it,
if
but
they're
like,
coming back to Kalos, and we already know from a certain leak that it will include at least 2 megas that are beyond Gen 5. So I think it'd be a fucking shame if they didn't.
it would be a shame. I'm just wondering, like, is there a possibility that they just might not do it just to be like, oh, these starters are iconic. We don't want to give them forms. Like, that'd be so fucked up.
There's a goddamn reason why Ash Greninja doesn't exist anymore. It's because they knew Kalos remakes would come and fix that shit eventually. Yeah, let's be fucking for real here. The second they introduce Mega Greninja, it will have that shuriken on its back, and it will include some sort of black motif. It will not be exact, but it will be close.
I wonder how close it'll be. And dude, the freaking Loxton Noggin video we're gonna get out of it being like, how Mega Greninja and Ash Greninja are related. I cannot wait.
Oh god, I almost think they might retroactively make it canon that Ash Greninja was a half step to Mega Evolution because he didn't have the stones or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wouldn't shock me if that's what they went with.
No, that's a curious theory. Like, would Mega Greninja be stronger or weaker than Ash Greninja? Like, what form would they like? What direction would they take that?
Well, the whole point is that Keystone's is the channeling thing. So it's like, I guess if you do it without the Keystone, it kind of runs wild. Which
But the protagonist energy, though.
Powerful, but yeah, true, protagonist. Whatever. And like, I'm just really excited for this because we finally hit the point where there's so little Kanto Pokemon left to make forms out of. Because I started.
They have to be
scripting a
creative
video.
now.
I didn't finish it, but there are so few iconic Kanto Pokemon that still don't have retrains. Like, literally, I think the most iconic Pokemon that don't have a new form, or at least an exclusive Z move or G Max or something, I'm pretty sure it is literally just Clefable and Wigglytuff. And
Wow.
you can maybe throw Hypno in that bin if you want to. Maybe. But it's like, it really is just... Honestly, I'm going to throw my predictions out there. I do think Clefable and Wigglytuff will be getting Mega Forms. And if they don't get something in this game, they'll be getting something in Gen 10.
Mm-hmm.
I am full in on that camp, especially Clefable. I think Clefable is just this unsung hero of the franchise that will get something eventually. And, Jigglypuff's iconic. So, that's my big prediction. I think we will get very minimal Kanto rep in this game. Just because there's already a lot of Kanto Megas. They've already done all the fan service.
Just fucking farted in your...
No, that was me repositioning in my nice leather gaming chair.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Fuck you.
I'll let the comments...
That is my gaming chair.
I'll let the comments make the decision of whether or not that was a fart or
Fuck
not.
you. But,
I don't know.
yeah.
There's not really much else to talk about with Legends EA. Curiously enough, the Mega transformations a little bit, like, they're reworking the Megas a little bit. When you Mega Evolve, you have a timer now. It's kind of like this Energy Burst in Pokken. You have a timer. You have a limited amount of time you can be a Mega form. So...
that makes sense with the action combat, though, I think.
Yeah, for sure. You have to...
It's more satisfying than having it so switching out immediately ends the transformation like a status effect. So I'm glad it wasn't that.
So I'm like curious, if it's going to be on a timer, would you be able to reactivate it mid-fight if it lasted long enough? Like, is it one of those things where it's like, it's like a temporary buff, and then you have to keep working for it if you want to get it back?
I think they are going to keep it to once per battle just to keep it lore consistent. Because the whole point is that it takes a lot of energy out of the trainer to do it. Because it's as draining for you as it is for the Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's kind of the lore reason why you can't do multiple. Though, that doesn't really matter in the manga, because in the manga they were popping whole teams of 6 Megas, but...
6 Megas?!
Fucking hell. Oh, yeah, you haven't finished that. You never read Adventures XY. Dude, that series gets fucking crazy by the end of it. Though, speaking of XY spin-off material, I think a lot of people are reading a little too much into the plot for what we have right now. Because, listen, we mentioned Loxton earlier.
Yeah.
Loxton. I love you, buddy. But you can't be throwing around half your ZA predictions and basing it off the anime that was loosely based off a couple paper notes they sent in for a game that got scrapped and then had to change the entire ending of the anime based around that. Like, buddy. So many people are making the predictions saying it's going to be like the finale of XYZ. I think that is going to like play a part where I do think Zygarde is going to have to stop some threat in Lumiose in his perfect form or whatever. But every once in a while, I was like, oh, it's gonna be the Megalith, and it's gonna be the evil Zygarde.
The Megalith?
Buddy, that's what it's called in the anime. The
Oh,
Megalith.
I thought you were talking about like
Zygarde.
Mega Gigalith or something. I was like, what the fuck?
No, it's just called the Megalith. But everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be Zygarde. Oh, maybe Zygarde's gonna go Mega, the perfect form. It's like, guys, they're not gonna do the evil Zygarde thing. We're gonna definitely have some legendary for that A at some point. But like, buddy,
Dude, it's weird. It's like on one hand, like, I'm gonna be real. I think it'd be so cool to have a game that's just focused on the entirety of the XYZ anime. Not like 1-to-1. Like, obviously, don't bring like Ash over and stuff. But like it, like based on like what happened at the end of XYZ with Lysander and all that, it would be pretty freaking cool. But yeah, also that would be kind of boring if you just ripped it straight from the anime. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they can do with Zygarde because like you're reintroducing Zygarde with his new forms in mind that we already know about. Hell, if you go on the Pokemon website, they're not even like trying to hide his complete form. Like, we all know about it going into it. So I'm very curious how they're going to tackle Zygarde in this game.
I'm going to make my call out right now. I think that the finale of this game, with the whole real-time combat, I think the end of the game is going to pull a Delta episode. You know how it was just kind of you versus Rayquaza in space?
Oh, do you mean like also with like Arceus like being at the post game and not like the end of the game?
No. I more mean, I think the finale of this game is going to have you being in a one-on-one battle of you playing with Zygarde in like a massive kaiju battle versus something else. That's my theory, and I think that something else is going to be what the A is. I don't think that A is going to be Arceus. No way in hell.
Zygarde,
but I think that A is going to be the name of some new legendary something that Zygarde is going to have a fucking one-on-one boxing match with in the ocean. Because remember, the entire left side of Kalos is in the water. If they do want to do an action-oriented battle where you're commanding Zygarde, that is totally possible in this format.
That is such a cool idea. But, like, I mean, that's assuming they decide to let us go outside Lumiose City for 2 seconds. I hope so, but we'll see.
I mean, we already know that Zygarde is not necessarily, at least right now, not under the control of anything. So, I mean, we also know, I guess there is 2 Zygarde cores. You could just as easily give one of them to the evil team. But I do think there's probably going to be something the evil team is fucking with in setting loose some Godzilla motherfucker that we're going to have to beat the shit out of with Zygarde at the end of the game. That is my big theory. Because remember, the reason Legends Arceus ended as it did against Volo was to intentionally break the rules of Pokemon battles and do a 6v8 with 2 legendaries. That was the point of that finale. I think whatever ZA's finale is going to push this combat system to its maximum. So I'm throwing it out there right now. I do think there was going to be a lot more spectacle with this game's finale. I don't think it's going to be how the anime ended necessarily, but it will be similar in a loose way, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Any other predictions we want to talk about the game for, or?
Dog, not much. Like, and also I kind of just said, I made a commentary video. I feel like I said everything I wanted to say in that, but yeah. I guess the last note I'll end on is it is so insane seeing the main Pokemon account tweet about AZ's Floette in 2025. It feels wrong.
Oh, dude, that was surreal. That was this morning, right? It was like, what the fuck?
It feels so incredibly wrong. Like, it does not feel right at all.
It's been this sort of mythos just floating around.
Like, I'm convinced that Game Freak themselves, like, didn't even know they, like, made AZ's Floette. Like, it's so weird because it does have a prominent role in X and Y, but then also they don't care about it. Like, it's weird. Weird relationship with AZ's Floette. But now she's just back. She's just back.
She's just here. Oh, another thing I saw, because I think it was Discourse on Tumblr or something that somebody reposted onto my Twitter timeline. But a lot of people were saying, it's like, no, it'd be really fucked up if AZ gave you his Floette. Reminder that AZ is immortal. He could just say, hey, you could just borrow Floette for a while. Just make sure to give her back after, she'll come back after you're dead. Because then Floette is immortal, too. So she could just leave whenever after you pass away. You know what I mean? if you really think about it that way. But, yeah, I just find it very interesting that AZ's Float is real. Oh, and one more little thing about the TCG. There were listings for Japanese cards and stuff that confirmed we're getting a Mega Diancie theme deck for the Japanese TCG. Which means, I'm not going to say that directly means anything for ZA, but I assume that at least means, because we know we're getting Oras Megas in this, Mega Altarias in the trailer. So we know we're getting the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Megas, at least most of them. But just making merchandise of Mega Diancie conveniently that's going to be on the shelves just before the game comes out. Huh. I wonder if that could possibly mean anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think they are going to pull a Legends Arceus, and I think we are going to get new lore for Hoopa and Volcanion and Diancie somewhere in this game. Somewhere in there. Volcanion has an A in it, guys. That's her A Pokemon.
He's the A!
He is. I mean, even though he's more like the O.
I feel like Koopa Unbound would be a bigger threat, but sure, let's give Volcanion some spotlight. He needed it more.
This is like fan game level territory shit, but imagine the end of the game is fucking Punch Out where you're playing as Zygarde boxing against Hoopa Unbound with 6 fucking hands.
Oh my god.
That would be kind of sick, though.
Koopa would be a crazy final boss.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what a word for, like, A that would be for, like, an alternate form. Like, I guess alternate literally works. Or altered. Or something. Alien?
A Pokemon?
Oh! Shit, aliens!
Aliens! What?
I mean, here's the thing. Zygarde's whole thing is protecting the ecosystem of Earth. What could threaten the ecosystem more than aliens? That's
Deoxys
right.
is coming back for round 2.
Motherfucker.
Necrozma and Deoxys are going to team up against Zygarde.
Low key though, Mega Deoxys would be so fucking sick.
You think Deoxys would come back to Earth a second round to fight Zygarde this time?
It'd be really funny if Mega Deoxys existed. His whole gimmick is that he doesn't like actually change. He just changes form depending on what move you're using. That would be fucking sick.
There's just protein on crack.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, that's about all I got. I want to go play Xenoblade Chronicles X, so do the outro right now.
We went longer than anticipated. All right, let's just wrap this up here. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. And I guess hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about new episodes. If you're on Spotify, make sure to drop us a 5-star rating. And a comment question of the day. Out of all the Pokemon, specifically from Kalos or after, I guess you know what, Unova too. We only have Mega Audio. Which Pokemon do you want to get a Mega? Did we do this last time we talked about ZA?
I don't know. I don't care. Well, okay. Even if we did ask that before, what's your favorite Gen 6 Pokemon? We can just go with that.
No, I'm just saying, no, I mean like Gen 5 and after, what Pokemon do you want to get a Mega specifically?
Alright. You know what? You can answer either one. Whichever one you feel more comfortable with.
You know. Just drop it in the comments. That's going to be it for today. I hope you all have an amazing night, and goodbye!
Bye-bye.